Guys, I got a stiff neck. Slept a little wrong. But part 3 with my coffee teeth. Yeah. So this was the final real girlfriend I had. And this is a doozy of a story, but it's real short. Uh, if you've watched part 2, I had a very narcissistic horse girl. We left her for a cuter, smaller, blonde girl. Now, this girlfriend that was the blonde, who was cuter, was smaller and all that, she lasted a good while. Most of my adult life until most of my 20s, yeah. And she got this job at some restaurant, and she kept talking about there's a guy there at work, and guys, you know what? If you want to reach through the screen when I say this and slap me, I would probably let you do it. I said she wants to go out and eat and stuff after work and all this and with this dude. And I said, it's okay. I trust you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. Wham. And she, after all these years, she breaks up with me over a text. I'd been in a car accident and I'd lost my car and there were some setbacks and stuff. And I had just recently got a vehicle because, if you don't have any money and you got bills, vehicles can be a bit expensive. And then I ended up, like, it was just hell. It was hell because I was like, oh, it was my one pillar of hope. I truly did love this person. And they didn't think of me very well, apparently. And I remember she comes to collect her stuff, and she doesn't know I'm home. Look, I would have loved to have confronted this dude. I would have loved to have punched him right in the mouth. But I know now, with maturity, that it was her fault, not his, right? And so I remember she grabs her stuff and just flies out of my driveway, speeding off. And I remember standing in the roadway and looking at the taillights of her car fade away and being just so angry. I shook my fist at her because, after all these, it was probably 5-6 years. It was a good while, most of my 20s. And she just, to my horror, she would call me and brag about taking bigger cock and this and that, or some dude here says we're gonna bone, and when you truly love somebody, it's hell. It's worse than any slamming your hand in any car door. And I remember just being emotionally sick. I would lay in bed and just shake with nerves and anxiety, and from the previous videos, it was probably spillover from earlier traumas that had manifested themselves now to realize that for once in my life, I would have to confront it completely 100% alone. And I did a good job of that now. And she would come back later, but once the bridge had been severed, man, it was done. It would never be the same. And then I came to find out through the suicide of a friend. Talked to another friend that he's like, oh, I knew that girl. I dicked her down in the park back in so and so. I said, when was this? And he gave me the date. And she was dating me, so she was cheating on me. And I happen to have a memory that she said, oh, my sister had sex in the park there with this. And I said, you mean it was you? Because at this point, this was the second round. I was pretty bitter. I didn't treat her bad, but I was very keen on the BS meter. And she said, no, it was her sister. And then through the stories, the mutual friends, and just find out this says she slept with everybody. And I was horrified. I like sex as much as the next person, but, fornicative whoredom is just, it's nasty. Okay. All right. A lock that's opened by many keys is a bad lock. A key that opens many locks is a good key. It's a double standard, but it's a true one. And it just got out of control. And eventually she would send me texts and stuff. I finally sent her a text. I said, stop texting me. Just stop texting me. And it took me a long while to get over that. The anxiety. I ended up having a little bit of a breakdown over it. Just the pressure from part 1 and 2. And then, at this point, I had put all my eggs in the basket. I thought that I had found my person. And for it to just come crumbling down back in my face, and for her to get a joy out of hurting me was kind of messed up. And you could say that sounds narcissistic yourself. Well, look, I'm not going to call someone and brag about, yeah, I'm going to take some cock tonight when I get off work. To me, I feel like that's evil. That's not even narcissism. That's just freaking evil. And for all those years to amount to nothing, it really opened up my eyes. And now I live my life for Jesus Christ of Nazareth and for myself. No games no more. Screw that.